Hi, this is Tim at the bakery. The cookies that you ordered should be delivered by now. The list of ingredients are included. Make sure that you read them carefully.
Hello, it's Mark from Miami Drop-Off. Looks like you missed your delivery last night. Please drop it off at Southwest 107th Place. Our clients will not tolerate further delays.
This is Thomas from the Methadone Clinic. We've scheduled a short meeting for you tonight. We're at Northwest 184th Street, apartment 105. And, don't worry. Your discretion is of importance to our clients.
Good evening. This is Blake speaking. We have a job for you. There's a power outage over on 24th Northeast Street. We want you to take care of it. We already sent someone over a while ago, but it seems he didn't do a very good job. Head over there right away. They're expecting you. Keep it quick and clean.
Hi, it's Ben from Miami Funeral Parlor. I'm just calling to tell you we have the tombstone order done and ready to be delivered. With a little luck, you should be getting it before the weekend.
Editing stream. things and put them together to create this. Like this scene right here, if you change the background, you can make it so that it's a sci-fi game and it's in space. You can make it so that it's a medieval setting and it's Dragon Age. You can make it into a horror.
I think I finally gotta get another one of these.
So fucking bland, so fucking genetic.
Be 2 years next month, I think, that I've been using that vape.
In any universe, in any game, it doesn't really
Crazy.
Ah, jeez, dude.
Why does the mage
Alright, let's get this fucking thing done.
these queer motions? Like again, they're not cool.
I think you have to like kind of wean yourself from those systems and not rely on them in conservative media. How do you think all this plays out with everything happening with Google and traffic being sucked down and everything else? Do they survive? Do they thrive? I think you have to like kind of wean yourself from those systems and not rely on them. So build your platforms, places, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, and just assume that you're going to get banned. And so you gotta funnel the audience into a subscription model and things like that to where you're anti-fragile, right? And you can't. And if they ban you, you're still going to get seen, because you've got your audience or whatnot. And that's kind of where it's at. And so, like I said, Substack's a really good place because of that. It's they're very committed to free speech. They don't really ban people. And the best part about it is it generates an email list of everybody that's on there. So I make sure to download that once a month. If somebody does ban me, I have the list of everybody who reads my Substack anyway. I can move it to a newsletter or something. It's there's ways around it, and it's really about making sure you have a platform that you control how you interact with your audience indirectly, so it's not with a third party in the middle. That's smart. Yeah, Milo, you said you did some work for Milo. He's someone that's kind of what happened, where he was everywhere, and then they pulled the plug on him wherever he was, and then he was gone. He's just never happened. Yeah, he got removed from the internet. Like, I mean, you want to talk about canceled? He got just absolutely memory hold dismissed, gone. They got him out of everywhere. And it's just shocking to see like how that went. Part of it, was his own doing in reaction and etc. But at the same time, like, I mean, I've never seen somebody canceled that hard. I'm glad he's been allowed back on X lately because he's seeming to like be building some sort of revitalization like of interest in him right now, and I really like what he's done. Of course, converting to Catholicism and abandoning what
He was always Catholic.
Lifestyle is actually a great role model, and of course, the clown world.
And he's lying about not being gay. Milo's definitely still gay. I don't believe that for a second.
He's quite a character. You never quite know what's going to happen with him next. I do believe I've read some of your stuff before. I think I read your Star Realms book. That might have, I was reading up on you. That might have been your first book.
That was my
first
book.
Odd,
Yeah.
Like, characters aside, fine. I would just play the game on the lowest resolution possible, so I don't see your obscene art on my monitor. Like, I can do that, but what I can't do is get immersed in your universe because you constantly drag me out of it. Like, I expect Claptrap to come in and have some bad dialogue. Like, I expect Rick and Morty to come up to a portal and go like some wooba doob doob. Like, these people can't get the wooba doob doob out of their fucking brain. That is the extent of knowledge of storytelling that they have. Everything has to be a joke. Everything has to be like a quirky one-liner. Everything needs to be quirky with characters that have like janky humor. They spaz out every now and then and they make a joke for the sake of it. There's no sexiness. There's no wholesomeness. There's no sensuality. And you know what? It's fine. Like, don't put it in. But like, the same aspect is like, why did you put this in, though? Why did you put this in? Who is this for? Who is this for? Who wants to be this guy? Who's the self-assert? And it's not just me, by the way, because a lot of people will say, well, V, you're very uncharitable. Look at this. How did we go from dark fantasy to Saturday morning cartoons? Solas was right. It's too painful to walk in a world like this. Can you imagine being isekai'd into this? This is hell, isn't it? It is. Absolutely. what Duncan died for. What really baffles me is that they had all this time developing the game. This looks like a game developed in less than a year. Unironically, it looks so bland, it looks so generic.
That might have, I was reading up on you. That might have been your first book.
That was my first book.
Which is odd because Vito, who
Oh, that was fucking perfect edit.
Interesting, isn't it?
Oh, shit.
Interesting. What are they? Some kind of dragon suicide squad. Everyone is roasting them in the comments, okay? I even waited to make this video so I don't get accused of manipulating people. I'm influencing people because I'm the influencer. Because I know that they're doing it before I could influence. You know what? Maybe they influence me. How about that? You know what? It needs for her to say it's Morbid time, or she needs to say the title of the game. It's like, she needs to say, this is Dragon Age, or the Age of Dragons is over. Yeah? Dragon Age is over, or something like that. I doubt it. Let me know what you guys think.
I was reading up on you. That might have been your first book.
That was my first book.
Which is odd because Vito, who I mentioned earlier in the show, he worked on Star Realms, so.
Yeah,
Small world.
That's actually.
Reviewing the cinematic calamity that is the Acolyte is a bit like being one of
I
those
do
poor guys
believe
shot
I've read some of your stuff before. I think I read your Star Realms book, and that might have, I was reading up on you. That might have been your first book.
That was my first book.
Which is odd because Vito, who I mentioned earlier in the show, he worked on Star Realms, so.
Yeah,
Small world.
It's onwards and downwards with episode 2.
He worked on Star Realms, so.
Relatively convinced was written by a group of chimpanzees with learning difficulties.
Yeah,
Small world.
That's actually.
The episode opens with strong female antagonists sneaking into a Jedi temple on generic planet number 4271. This is where she encounters token white guy who's floating in the middle of the room meditating or something. And let's just take a moment to appreciate this guy's character design, shall we? I didn't think it was possible to simultaneously look like an old man and a small child, but apparently they found a way to make it happen. We also learn later in the episode that token white guy's been here for more than 10 years and hasn't spoken a word to anyone that whole time. So, like, has he just been floating here in the middle of the room for a decade? How does he eat, or sleep, or take a force dump? Are Jedi allowed to just abandon their responsibilities and go in the huff for 10 years with no repercussions or official punishment? Who knows? The showrunners almost certainly don't, because I'm willing to bet they're thinking on this one didn't
Small
extend
world.
much
Yeah.
beyond. Wouldn't it be cool if strong female antagonist has to kill a Jedi, but he's protected by a magical bullshit force field, so she has to find another way to kill him instead? So anyway, strong female antagonist does her patented come at me bro routine.
What the fuck?
And tries to kill token white guy, but he's protected by a magical bullshit force field, and all her attacks just kind of bounce off him. I love how the force has gone from this subtle mystical power that gives people some limited
Getting me to
influence on the
cancel
physical world to just full-on magic that can do whatever the script needs it to. Truly, George Lucas must be proud of what they've done with his creation. Now, you might think that
Getting me to
female
cancel it.
antagonist would have been prepared for a contingency like this. I mean, this force field might be able to deflect knives and fists, but I'm pretty sure it's not impenetrable. Maybe she brought along poison gas that could seep through the force field and choke him to death. Or an explosive
2014,
charge that
so,
would collapse
good
the
luck.
temple on top of his
Getting me
head.
to
Or a
cancel
thermal
it.
detonator that would vaporize everything in the vicinity. I mean, they might not be the
Getting me
most
to cancel.
elegant solutions, but if you've only
Cancel
got
it.
one chance to kill this guy, then you'd be wise to take any opportunity that you can.
So, good
But nah,
luck.
instead she's just like,
Getting me to
well,
cancel
I'm
it.
out of ideas, and runs away.
Oh,
This is where
that's
we
correct.
hook up with
Sometimes it
strong
happens
female
though. It's
character
like in
number
this
one,
huge,
Squid
in
Game
the
guy, who get word of the
300 million
assassination
people,
attempt from
these
strong
weird
female character
small
number three
connections
set out
happen.
to investigate.
And maybe that is, maybe that's a sign of the divine. I don't know how else that could happen. Maybe, or maybe it's just stochastic. I don't. How else that could happen? Maybe our.
Anyway, Discount Ezra Miller's killed the owner of a local
Or
drugstore
maybe it's
and
just.
taken over the place. Why? Don't know. But if your intention here is to operate covertly, then kill
Maybe
a
that
local
is, maybe that's a
businessman
sign of the
stealing
divine.
shop probably
I don't know
isn't
how
the
else that
best
could
way to
happen.
go about
Maybe,
it.
or
It
maybe
is.
it's just
People generally come to
stochastic.
know
I
local
sorry,
shop owners
Vito was.
because they're an important part of the community, and if one of them was
Sign
to
of
go
the
missing
divine.
suddenly,
I don't know
then
how
I'm
else
pretty
that could
sure
happen.
they'd start asking
Maybe,
questions.
or
It
maybe
is.
it's just
And the first person they'd
stochastic.
ask is
I
the
sorry,
kind of
Vito-
arsehole that's suddenly squatting in his shop. Anyway, those are questions for a different show. A show written by functioning adults who actually understand cause and effect, and that's not what The Acolyte is about.
The divine. I don't know how else that could happen. Maybe it's just stochasticity.
Drunken white guy, since weapons apparently don't work on him. Now, at first, I have to admit that I thought this was a good idea.
Maybe it's just stochasticity.
Can't protect him from, or acid strong enough to melt his fake beard off. But nah, it's just actual poison
Maybe
that
it's
he has
just
to drink.
stochasticity.
Well, that's definitely shite.
I don't think you really appreciate the dimensions of this particular problem, Discount Ezra Miller. If she can't physically reach him, then she can't force him to drink the poison, and so the mission's a bust.
That's probably what it is.
If we're assuming that he knew she was going to need that poison, which is why he took over the drugstore, then why the hell didn't he give this to her on her first attempt at killing this guy? Why did he wait for her to fail and then come back for more help? Isn't that just putting a massive target on your back? But that's okay, because I guess strong female antagonist has read the script already and knows that everything's going to work out fine. Now, you might think that if there'd been an assassination attempt on the local Jedi, but
I haven't watched.
murdered at least one Jedi
Why is this
master,
blank?
it would
What
make
is this
sense to beef up
playlist?
security around the temple, lock the place down, have armed guards stationed at every entry point, maybe even move token.
Thanks to SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's episode. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hello, denizens of the internet. Thank
Right here, just a tweet. One of the many you've been very active on social media.
Not the Twitter ambush.
Hamas is talking about eliminating Israel. It's talking about not killing all of the Jews. It's about eliminating the idea.
Hamas is telling you exactly what it wants, but I'm going to say, no, that's not actually what I mean. Hamas wants to destroy the idea, whatever. Hamas is like, no, we literally we want to kill them. Why do they not see this? How do you think Israel should be doing a better job?
Bad person like all the time to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I've known Vito since like 2014, so good luck. getting me to cancel him. No, that's crazy. Sometimes it happens though. It's like in this huge, and
every single part of the Israeli apparatus, government, military, financial, whatever, has to go towards solving the Palestinian problem. There has to be like a permanent end to that conflict.
We went after Allah's ears, but you have any idea how we did that?
I mean, people.
That might have been your first book. That was my first book, which is odd because Vito, who I mentioned earlier in the show, he worked on Star Realm, so small world. Yeah, and that's actually how I got to know him before we were like involved in these content games or whatever. I would talk with Vito about Magic Gathering and Star Realms because we were just gamers.
Whether it's a two-state solution with the 67 borders that resembles the
Clinton
Clinton
borders. Able to solve this conflict, make it go.
Yeah, and that's actually how I got to know him before we were like involved in these content games or whatever. I would talk with Vito about Magic Gathering and Star Realms because we were just gamers, and got to know him very well at that point. And it's really funny because I get a lot of people like, "Don't you know Vito's this bad person?" like all the time to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I've known Vito since like 2014, so good luck getting me to cancel him.
80% of Americans support Israel.
Oh, that's crazy. Sometimes it happens.
55-45 is a really dangerous split.
getting me to cancel.
No. Okay. Well.
Good luck getting me to cancel him.
So my background when I got into
That's crazy. Sometimes it happens though. It's like in this huge.
So you're playing, you're building dudes, you're mining.
Maybe we don't
resources,
need
maybe
Pete
you're fighting
here.
One of the things that you learn when you reach higher levels in probably any real-time strategy.
I've known Vito since like 2014, so good luck getting me to cancel him.
And you've got a bad choice, but what you learn.
That's crazy. Sometimes it happens though.
And the worst choice is always indecision. That sometimes making a bad choice and then moving from there is better because people, I think people fall into this trap of
to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I've known Vito since like 2014, so good luck getting me to cancel him.
I'm not sure what the right decision is.
That's crazy. Sometimes.
Damn it. I don't know. Don't know.
That describes it in terms of a donkey that's facing two identical bales of hay.
Oh, and you starved it.
And it can't decide, do I go for this, do I go for this, and in the end it ends up starving because of the same dynamic of it.
So whatever the solution looks like for Israel-Palestine, and whatever it looks like in the future, the delusion that has fallen over Israel is that the can can be kicked down the road, that other states can be brought in for peace, that the Abraham Accords can be signed, that an embassy can be moved around,
Well,
that more
that's not a
territory can be
delusion. I mean,
annexed.
we do now have
Getting-
free and
getting me to
normalized
cancel.
relations with the UAE, with Bahrain and Morocco, and that's a fantastic step for the Middle East, regardless of its impact on the Palestinians.
Has it made Israelis feel any safer?
Absolutely. It's made Israelis feel much more plugged into a region where before they felt that they were a fortress island nation, and now they feel, hey, we're able to go and walk freely around Arab countries.
What?
By the way, many of them feel safer walking around Dubai speaking Hebrew than they would walking around London or
Sure,
Paris.
but how much safer do they feel in 2020 than they did in 2018
good luck.
after the agreement
Getting me to
for
cancel it.
Saudi Arabia or for
No,
or
that's
Sudan
you know,
or
sometimes it
UAE
happens
or
though.
any
It's
other
like in
countries involved. At the end of the day, are they thinking like, oh my goodness, like
That history was moving in the right direction, and the awful, completely unjustified.
It's like 2014, so good luck.
There's people in the region who
Getting me to
talk
cancel
sense
it.
and realizing it makes sense for Israel to be part of the region, but I'm trying to understand. Look, one
I'm
of
just
the
saying, what I'm
reasons.
trying to think of is in my survey of Israeli history,
It's like
I could be wrong, I don't
2014,
remember
so
anything
good
major
luck.
starting because of disagreement with
Getting me to
Sudan,
cancel
or
it.
with the UAE,
Well, Sudan,
or disagreement with
Sudan
Saudi
played a
No,
Arabia.
that's
I mean,
crazy.
No, but
They took part in it, in the same way Cuba is saying, for example, for this
That's
or
why the Abraham Accords were so important, because it was a moment when Israel was looking at these countries saying,
Getting me to
for
cancel.
years, we have no direct conflict with you, have no border dispute, we have
Cancel it.
absolutely no reason to be enemies. Let's just be friends, because we've always wanted that. We've never had any bones to pick with the Emirates, and the Emirates said, sure, okay, and that normalization is a great thing, but specifically on the Palestinian conflict, yes, okay, it would be nice if we could solve the conflict, and there are many reasons.
That would be nice. It is essential. It is the number one
The problem is
security risk
Israelis
to
feel
Israel.
traumatized that in the past they've made risks for peace, whether it was the withdrawal from Gaza, the withdrawal from Lebanon, I don't want to get into the dynamics. They've blown up in their face. I'm asking you, in the absence of being able to solve this, and I wish we could solve it, but given that the conflict is going to endure because the Palestinians refuse to accept any Jewish state in any borders whatsoever, how do we appeal better
So
to the
good
world?
luck.
How do we defeat this
Getting me
Hamas
to cancel it.
strategy of gaming international
Aha.
and wearing them down to this numbness to the truth by lie after lie after lie until they're willing to believe everything?
I mean, from the Israeli side, I think Begin and earlier, I think even Nigerian said that the scariest thing that Israel could face in its early days was a staunch advocate for peace on the Arab side. That somebody like Sadat showing up and making overtures towards peace would be unstoppable from the Israeli side. You can't fight against an opponent that is offering something like that because you would look insane. And I think
Which leader was that? I don't remember that.
I don't remember if it was Ben Gurion or if I don't remember if it was the prime minister after him between that and the 73 war. But the idea that
Getting me to
a strong
cancel.
Arab leader that was a staunch advocate for peace would be somebody that you couldn't deny that overture. And when Sadat finally came in and did that when he made his speech in front of the Knesset, and that was an unstoppable thing. I feel like if Israel was empowering the Palestinians in an undeniable way that it could show the world, I feel like that moves you in a direction to where eventually Palestinians would have to feel some kind of pressure, because it feels like the history from the Arab-Israeli side has always been the Arabs always gave Israel like the perfect excuse for expansion of 67, the perfect excuse for whatever early territorial conquest, expanding the borders in 48 from what the 47 partition would have looked like. Now it feels like on the opposite ends of things, it feels like Palestinians always have an excuse, whether it's another raid in the West Bank, whether it's another soldier that doesn't get convicted for a crime, whether it's another NGO or human rights, whatever UN group saying something about another war in Gaza. It feels like Israel's always giving those excuses to the Palestinians to continue to fight. And it's not just them. I'm speaking to you as an Israeli spokesperson, so I'm coming down I'm coming down very hard on Israel. There are definitely problems in the international community, in the Arab world, on the Palestinian side that I talk about a lot as well. But I'm just saying for the agency of the Israeli side, there has to be a come to Jesus moment, or come to, I don't know what you would say, but for me, Christian, come to Moses moment, okay?
Lot.
Whatever.
Yeah,
right?
getting me to cancel
the PA
it.
is empowered. The PA was, well, first, no, the PA was empowered with enough money to go into the Gaza Strip with a boss there,
I've known Vito since like 2014, so good luck. Getting me to cancel it. No, that's sometimes it happens though. It's like getting this huge, in the 300 minutes.
Listen, Begin signed peace with Egypt, and he was part of the Leahy. I mean, everybody has had issues. It has to be put. It can't be intractable.
Cancel
it can't
it.
be the same excuse. You don't think the Leahy beginning was? Go ahead.
Bottom line, you're saying, short of being able to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Israel is basically screwed when it comes to the information war in this dynamic. The world will buy all the little lies that the Palestinians tell.
I think so.
So good luck. Getting me to cancel it.
And one of the words that I noticed you've taken particular issue with,
Getting me to cancel it.
Rage and you attack, is when people use the term genocide. got here just a tweet, one of the many you've been very active on social media.
Not the Twitter ambush.
No offense, someone is writing to you, but I don't think there's any innocent Israeli citizen, and I'm tired of tiptoeing around that subject and pretending like there's some kind of mythical exception.
getting me to cancel it.
Some reverence or obeisance.
Yeah.
So you quote tweeted this, saying what?
Okay. The issue is that people speak in circles sometimes around concepts relating to genocide or what they want the final state of Israel and Palestine to look like.
14, so good luck. getting me to cancel it. No, that's since like 2014, so good luck. getting me to cancel it. No, that's you know, sometimes it happens though. It's like in this huge, you know, in the 300 million people, you know, these weird small connections happen. And maybe that's a sign of the divine. I don't know how else that could happen. Maybe it's just stochasticity.
That's right. Vito was meant to find me so that he could convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is.
He is Italian. It's just stochasticity.
That's right. Vito was meant to find me so that he could convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is. So.
He is Italian.
The Israelis are evil and they murder babies and they're colonialists and they have no right to be there. Okay, well, what is the solution?
Convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is. So.
He is Italian.
And then, okay, well, the Jews can be safe in that. And then they go, well, not my problem. We're like, well, it is our problem, and that's why we support Zionism.
Yeah.
See, I think it's even a little bit worse.
It's all making sense now.
We push people on these types of things. It usually starts with, it'll basically be like, Hamas didn't do this, show me proof, you show me proof.
It's all making sense now.
IDF, and then you show it, well, it wasn't. It's like, okay, well, they deserved it anyway. And it's always that last one is like, well, they've been fighting against their oppressors since 48, and well, why is it then in 2024, 2025, why can't they continue to fight against their oppressors, but now democratically or through...
Making Vito Italian.
Yeah, I think the justifications are very scary and bad there.
That's just.
That's right. Vito was meant to find me so that he could convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is. So.
He is Italian.
Yeah. See, it's all making sense now.
So where do you think all this? Where do you think this independent? I mean, a lot of things. Like, so where do you think comic?
And that point just doesn't sink in, and they can't accept it. I mean, we have
Italian.
a clip from
Yeah.
See, from a former aide on the Bernie Sanders.
I don't know how else that could happen. Maybe it's just stochasticity.
That's right. Vito was meant to find me so that he could convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is. What's up, Jeffrey B?
He is
Dude,
Italian.
you're not gonna believe this bombshell. Don't leak this. Don't leak this. You're making a rug right now? You already got the thing? That's awesome. Check this out. John Della Rose drops a bomb on Culturescape. You gotta make a video doing it. Make a video doing it. Why don't you have a YouTube channel? Make a 3D printing and rug making YouTube channel. Check this out.
Or maybe it's just stochastic.
I mean, I'm sure that everyone wants to see, would like to watch a sped up version of you 3D printing all the stuff you did to turn your computer into a biggest problem computer and stuff like that.
So many different things that gives people interest for dumb reasons.
Okay. Alright, here's the big reveal John Della Rose drops.
That could happen. Maybe it's just stochasticity.
That's right. Vito was meant to find me so that he could convert to Catholicism. That's probably what it is. So.
He is Italian.
Yeah. See, it's all making sense now.
So where do you think all this? Where do you think this independent? I mean, a lot of things. Like, so where do you think Comicsgate goes from here? Where do you think entertainment and just the news business goes from here? Everything is changing, like, so dramatically. The world we're heading into is so different than the world that you and I came from. What do you think all this is going to be like?
I think there's a lot of opportunity because, like, so many people have tuned out of Star Trek and.
When I came from, what do you think all this is going to be like?
But I think at the end of the day, it's important to remember that people are driven by stories and narratives. These are the
Here,
things that
everything is
power people
changing,
to
like so dramatically. The world we're heading into is
protest or whatever. You know, like nobody reads a stat.
so different than the world that you and I came from. What do you think all this is going to be like?
Had a bad experience with a cop, or I watched, you know, the officer Chauvin sit on George Floyd's neck for 9+ minutes. Like these are the things that drive people. So you know, Israel can publish a statement saying, like, "Oh, well, we found more documents from Hamas, and they engaged in this horrible activity. 1,000 collaborators were killed in the second intifada." Blah blah blah. No, Hamas. No, I understand. Sir. I'm hyperbolizing a bit, but Hamas has the babies that they're shaking, the beheaded baby or the exploded babies and everything they're shaking in the camps, and they've got the video footage of people being blown up and killed and hungry, and fighting against that. You can't fight against that with speeches on TV screens from general.
And you can be there, but if you want to grow, you have to be where the conversation's at.
And that means that Israel is really fighting with its hands behind its back. First of all, because we're glad that there isn't as much suffering on our side as there is on the other side. We're trying to minimize that suffering, but we're definitely not going to create more suffering. We're trying to minimize on our own side as much defense as possible. And that means we have fewer horrific images. Although has given us a lifetime supply of horrific images that, you know, are going to scar us for life. But it's just impossible to fight against.
And just the news business goes from here. Everything is changing, like so dramatically. The world we're heading into is so different than the world that you and I came from. What do you think all this is going to be like? I think there's a lot of opportunity because, like, so many people have tuned out of Star Trek and Marvel and Star Wars and all that. I'm even noticing, like, I made a video just about, like, hey, you know, here George Lucas is slamming Star Wars the other day, and 3 years ago, that would have gone through the roof and probably made my entire channel, right? Now, like, people are so burnt out on just how bad Star Wars has been since 2018 that they've tuned out. They don't care anymore. They've actually weaned themselves from the corporate product, which means all these people are out there, which with this, like, you know, billion-person audience who loved this sort of thing, is out there wanting and desiring content that actually is good again. And so if you can provide that, I think you have a pretty good
That's a good
self from the corporate product, which means all these people are up there, which with this, like, you know, billion-person audience who loved this sort of thing, is out there their channel, right? Now, like, people are so burnt out on just how bad Star Wars has been since 2018 that they've tuned out.
Okay, that's a perfect thing.
Bad Star Wars has been
5720.
Also, like Israeli soldiers that are going with, they call it the Flower Massacre, right? The road going north into Gaza, right? But there were obviously there's IDF trying to help aid get to some areas, so you're somehow catching all the negatives of like everything, of not helping aid get in, or weaponizing aid, or you know, like blowing up cities, but also not going after any of the terrorists, or wanting to fund Hamas and keep them there while also trying to, like, Israel just seems to somehow catch the negative part of every single story. That things that should be contradictory. It's like in the United States, when people will talk about immigrants that are too lazy to do anything, just collect welfare, but they're also stealing all the jobs at the same time. So how are both of these things true at once? And that seems to be the story of every single part of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
That they've tuned out. They don't care anymore. They've actually weaned themselves from the corporate product, which means all these people are out there, which with this, like, you know, billion-person audience who loved this sort of thing, is out there wanting and desiring content that actually is good again. And so if you can provide that, I think you have a pretty good ability to compete in this market. Now, of course, you know, the market's wide open, and the barrier to entry is almost zero for everybody. And with AI, that's going to get harder. But at the same time, you know, the corporations have made it a little bit easy for them to lose their influence, which I love. Now, on the other front, you kind of still have to talk about the trending topics in order to get attention. And I read this I took a marketing class. I have a business background before all this. And in that, when they were talking about marketing and building social media platforms, the first thing they told you, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, nobody cares about you. And so if you're posting Instagram about you and what you ate today and who you're hanging out with and where you're going and whatever, you're not going to grow an audience beyond your immediate family and your, like, you know, grandma going, oh, that's really nice, you look beautiful, because they don't care. You have to post about things people care about. And so, Warhammer, Doctor Who, those are hot topics right now. Stellar Blade, those are the things people care about. And if you have a fresh and interesting take, you're going to get some attention. And sometimes even if you don't have a fresh and interesting take, you'll still get attention and luck out on it. But you have to definitely ratio the content to what people care about you to a certain extent. Otherwise, your audience doesn't grow. And you're seeing a lot of the bigger channels that came up in 2018, 2019, 2020. And I'm not naming anybody specific, but you see a lot of them turn their content model to, oh, this is all about me and what I'm doing now, rather than about the topics they used to be on. And even if, they have their loyal audiences, but you notice they don't grow as much anymore. They just kind of are happy with where they're at. So that's, you can maintain and you can be there, but if you want to grow, you have to be where the conversation's at.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand someone.
Probably because just within 2 episodes, the series and its showrunner have managed to leave a stain on the legacy of Star Wars that not even Billy Mays and a whole ton of OxyClean could get out.
Understand someone, because some people they get tired of having to be on the edge or being in the chaos. They just
it
want
is exhausting.
Want to put a little extra cash in your wallet this summer? The free Upside app lets you earn real cash back on stuff like gas, groceries, and dining. With over 100,000 gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants on the app,
that is amazing, Jeffrey.
It is exhausting.
Yeah. And before you ask, yes, it's real cash back. Not some confusing reward system or points, just real money that you can put right back into your bank account. With all the money that I spend on takeout, it really helps.
Well, we'll see.
Back on some of my favorites.
Tired of having to be on the edge or being in the chaos.
You can maintain and you can be there. But if you want to grow, you have to be where the conversation's at.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand someone, because some people they get tired of having to be on the edge or being in the chaos. They just
it
want
is exhausting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm certain there will be some interesting and new projects in your future that'll come together. I think that McFarlane interview is so interesting because he's such an influential guy in the world of comic books. But he's I won't call himself a recluse exactly, but he doesn't go in the public eye very often. How did you manage that, by the way? And what do you think of the guy?
Cashback is being earned by Upside users every week. To get your slice of the pie, download the app and use code SNARKYJ to get an extra 25 cents back.
Oh, fuck.
The Rotten Tomatoes critic reviews of The Acolyte give it a near perfect 91%. Audience scores are a lot more realistic, so to speak, giving it a still generous.
What have I done?
29%. Twitter warriors and the SJW squad in YouTube comment sections and articles around the internet have taken up arms to defend The Acolyte, claiming that it's angry right-wing critics that have destroyed the show's credibility, that they've review-bombed it on Rotten Tomatoes and YouTube.
All right.
Let's think about that for a second. I am not a right-wing critic, and I'm definitely not the Star Wars fan that Disney likes to blame for
Be in the chaos. They just
it
want
is exhausting.
Yeah.
Hates diversity.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
Looks a lot like Emperor Palpatine, and therefore cannot cope with Disney's new, diverse, beautiful content.
be on the edge or being in the chaos. They just
it
want
is exhausting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean,
I'm Hispanic. I'm the daughter of immigrants. I'm the fresh new face that Star Wars is supposedly working to please.
Panel to interview some random person doing a scholastic, but when I saw,
the Southport premiere of The Acolyte, I genuinely thought it was one of the worst pieces of media I'd ever seen. Not just Star Wars, media in general. So
I don't even know who it is. But when I saw, I got an email from
by the right-wing media, right? If you ask anybody that's had anything to do with the show, that's
exactly people, and I just said, sure, I'll have one. They approached me, so was the answer. And that's driving a lot of people crazy because immediately when I posted I had that, they're like, how much did you have to pay him, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I've got a channel that, like, I'm one of the biggest influencers in comics.
even TV shows are given labels for their sexuality. Stenberg immediately questioned the remark and claimed Star Wars was already so gay.
Comics now, and that's not to toot my own horn. It actually is the state of how bad comics are. That a 20,000 sub channel would be a biggest influencer in comics. It's really.
After a couple weeks, once I master it, I'll try to make your logo into a rug and mail it to you. Holy shit, Jeffrey B, that would be wild. That would be wild. I gotta commission you. I think we talked about this briefly, probably like fucking 8 months ago or something. But you know, you made that biggest problem in the logo, biggest problem in the universe logo, lamp, LED thing, something like that. Actually, I don't even have room for it. Maybe I could put it up on. Maybe if I can mount it on a wall. Because do you understand how expensive neon signs are? It's insane. It's insane how expensive neon lights are. Oh my god, I don't know if you ever watched The Amazing Atheist, but when I first started watching YouTube, he was one of the first guys I started watching, and eventually he wanted to shed the Amazing Atheist title, the name, and just be TJ Kirk. So he got this neon sign that said TJ Kirk, and it looked like complete. I mean, it was a nice neon sign, but it was unreadable. It didn't look like it said TJ Kirk. It was just like very strange. And on camera, you couldn't tell that it said that. And it's funny because, you know, he spent so much money to make that. And it didn't translate on the screen. And then he eventually went back to just being called The Amazing Atheist. It cost me $5 LED strip with remote and $2 worth of plastic to make that sign. It costs more to make big signs, though. Mine was small. Do you have a 3D printer that could make, like, let's use this frame that I'm in, like a sign that's this big? I mean, the LED strips are, yeah, you'll have leftover LEDs or something that big. But what is the plastic? And do you need like a different type of printer to do something that's like more than handheld? I don't know shit about 3D printers. I see them at Micro Center and they look pretty neat. Some of them aren't even that expensive.
State of how bad comics are. That a 20,000 sub channel would be a biggest influencer in comics. It's really dismal out there, but I probably have a better shot at getting word out about his new product line that he was talking about than you know, most of the people who, you know, if you look up Marvel Comics writers and the channels they go on, they're like 500 sub channels, 1,000 sub channels, and they're getting 100, 200. Even Heather Antos, for example, she goes on these shows where they get like 200-300 views. It's like, why would they bother? That is the only other option of people who actually talk about comics right now. Maybe you can land Heather Antos as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had illustrious people.
All the badassery in the world, and we got one bad actress flinging a glorified butter knife at this woman and killing her. Mind you, Darth Maul was.
I have 3 smaller printers to make bigger pieces on my rigs. You have to cut up the design into lots of smaller pieces and die them to connect them together. It's much harder than just using a big printer. Oh, wow. And then what, do you have to like plastic solder everything together?
But that had a cartoonish Saturday morning quality to it that was somehow lovable and laughable, even as somebody who really likes Boba Fett. But this Jedi Master getting taken out by a child with a knife is embarrassing on levels that only Disney knows how to achieve. And maybe, just maybe.
But he's I won't call himself a recluse exactly, but he doesn't go in the public eye very often. How did you manage that, by the way? And what do you think of the guy?
I am on a bunch of email lists for comic public relations now, and I get requests for interviews for.
A story about your own sexuality, featuring notions inspired by the Disney movie Frozen, then maybe what you write and produce just won't be anything. They can buy all the critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes that they want, but the fans don't buy. Being 100% transparent, I hadn't even seen all the controversial that I've just told you about before I sat down to watch that show. The only thing that I had against it was the fact that the trailer seemed kind of lame. And as hard as that lame-ass trailer worked to under-deliver, the series somehow worked even f***ing harder. That's the truth
For people all the time, and I ignore almost all of them because it would kill my channel to interview some random person doing a scholastic, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand some, because some people they get tired of having to be on the edge or being in the chaos. They just
It
want
is exhausting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm certain there will be some interesting and new projects in your future that'll come together. I think that McFarlane interview is so interesting because he's such an influential guy in the world of comic books. But he's I won't call himself a recluse exactly, but he doesn't go in the public eye very often. How did you manage that, by the way? And what do you think of the guy?
I am on a bunch of email lists for comic public relations now, and I get requests for interviews for people all the time, and I ignore almost all of them because it would kill my channel to interview some random person doing a scholastic, you know, children's graphic novel or whatever. I don't even know who it is. But when I got an email from Todd McFarlane's people, and I just said, sure, I'll have them on. They approached me, so was the answer. And that's driving a lot of people crazy because immediately.
Eric July went to Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane came to John De La Rose.
People, and I just said, sure, I'll have them on. They approached me, so was the answer. For people all the time. And I ignore almost all of them because it would kill my channel to interview some random person doing a scholastic, you know, children's graphic novel or whatever. I don't even know who it is. But I got an email from Todd McFarlane's.
1 hour 45 seconds.
I'm just gonna put that out there, but we'll get to it. Let's say good morning first. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Gary. So how's Summer Game Fest nerd? It sucked. It sucked, but Xbox was so good. Todd, good morning. He said AC Shadows actually looks good. I noticed a little bit of a different mechanic. It's just they push out Assassin's Creed, you know, yearly. So how much can they improve? I don't know. We'll take a look at it. John Jackson, thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much. Good morning, Robert. Ugh. Good morning. I didn't mean to say ugh to Robert. I was just saying ugh because of the way I'm talking this morning. Good morning, Hooded. Good morning, Reese. Good morning, James. Can't wait for Call of Duty. Actually, you know what? I'm not a Call of Duty person, right? I'm not at all.
Oh, wait, is McFarlane guy the guy who makes statues or something? Yeah, that's him. He's the guy who invented Spawn. Before I started the stream, I was playing some Mortal Kombat 11. And I was doing Towers of Time, and I faced off against Spawn, actually. So yeah, I had a multimedia interaction with a Todd McFarlane character earlier tonight. But yeah, his Todd McFarlane toys is, see, he made all these amazing Spawn action figures back in the 90s, and he's been pretty much writing off of his toy company and stuff like that and other endeavors ever since. And yeah, John Delarose interviewed him. You can see it up in the intro. Here, let's watch the opening. Let's watch the opening.
Hello and welcome to Culturescape, the show that interviews the geek creators and influencers that built
Todd
geek
McFarlane's
culture.
is
I'm
in
your
the
host,
intro.
Pete Hishke. Joining us today is none other than John Delarose, a renowned figure in the independent comic book movement known as Comicsgate. John is also a prolific and award-winning author and longtime conservative journalist. Not just content with the written word, John also brings his creative flair to YouTube, where he shares his passion for comics and cultural commentary. From his early days in the media landscape at the 2010s to his current endeavors in comics, John has carved out a unique space for himself. In this conversation, we'll explore the trajectory of his career, dissect the often absurd state of conservative news media, and delve into the challenges and triumphs of building a brand and media business against all the odds. John, of course, is coming to us not long after debuting his excellent interview with the elusive comic book titan Todd McFarlane, and I'm excited to have him with us here today. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Pete. I know I've been meaning to come to the channel for a long time, and I'm happy to be here.
Todd McFarlane was in there. I was not looking at the screen when he popped up.
There's like a piece of glass here. At least it looked like it from the view right here. You can kind of see there's people meeting up with Ripa, and they're on the other side of the glass. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this. Don't care, right? Like, you know, it seems a little weird, but it is what it is. And then it looks like so much more happened because he got arrested, right? And is spent the weekend in jail. Spent the weekend in jail because of this situation. Why does it look like he's got a shiner? I think he's just got one eye closed. Eric is super tiny. He is. He's a little guy. He's a short.
1 second.
Right? But then again, so is He's only 5'7". Anyways, so hope he didn't drop this too. Why is he dropping this too, Todd? So anyway, how far is this one? Right? That's kind of what I wanna take a look at today and see the different there's two different factions here, right? There's nobody on this anti-Eric July faction, right? And then there is this kind of pro-Eric July faction. I feel like I'm not at, like you guys know I don't like Eric July, that's a funny thing. But I'm kind of on his side with this one. Just because this is really fucking weird. Like, I'm telling you right now, if somebody that had been, I don't want to say stalking, but constantly going after me, had shown up to a meetup I was at, I would have called the cops. Now, I can't say that Eric is the one that called the cops, right? Good morning, feedback. Good morning, Patrick. So I'm just going to use this as an example. It's not that simple, but it's the one I'm going to use. If I was doing a meetup and somebody like Alpha Eagle showed up, I can guarantee you I would have called the cops, right? I understand I'm a woman, he's a man, there's a difference there, but I can understand Eric's side in this. I can. It's weird. He showed up at his, place of business a while back, and that ended up being kind of a nothing burger, right? But it's also starting a pattern. And I can understand why you might be a little weirded out that this man is filming you on the other side of this glass here, or this plexiglass, and following you around in the state. Like, it really wasn't. And Reese said he was acting like an ass outside the venue. It was Riley's fault. It just wasn't smart at all. At all. It wasn't smart at all. Like, I can understand how it might come off as a bit threatening, too, right? And I'm not saying that that's how Eric felt, but that's how I would have felt. And this is why I'm saying how far is too far. If you're going to, like, a event that you have to pre-register for, you already know you can't get in, right? Why are you doing this? And then the other day, another thing that really rubbed me the wrong way is, and I even said something to Chris Bacon about it in Katie Dick's chat, but another thing that rubbed me the wrong way is when we were doing jackbags. Tony had super chatted that Todd McFarlane and Rupa do not have a partnership. Something I think we all kind of figured. They were just working together, right? Because Chris had emailed him. And I don't know. I find it very weird to get a hold of somebody's sponsors, to get a hold of somebody he has business with, to like go around somebody's back. I just find the whole situation a little bit dirty. That's just me. I would never like, I'm not the person to go around and like ever email somebody to find something out or report somebody or do something. It feels wrong. And that's where I'm like, wait, is today your birthday? Today is your birthday, C-Fox? Happy fucking birthday. I know you had said it was 3 days away, so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. That's as much as you get, because I can't sing. But at least my voice is back. But yes, happy 18th birthday. That's incredible. I'm so happy for you. But anyway, so we're gonna take a look at this situation. We're gonna take a look at the video. As of right now, I can tell you where I stand on this. I think it's too far. I do. I think it's too far. And I think it's weird that it's weird to me that people are like, no, it's not a big deal. Isn't it? Like, I always put myself in both sides, like in their shoes, right? It's happy birthday, C5 Mo! Mo still fears me. It's ridiculous. They will not take on my Melina or Yoshimitsu. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so let's start here. So this is the arrest report. No, that's not really starting in chronological order. The arrest report for Riley has been released. It appears that he has had that there was a warrant issued from Collin County for his arrest on harassment charges. Okay, so I was kind of beefing, I don't want to say beefing, but having a conversation back and forth with Tony in his comments.
Eric was telling people to pull up for a conversation to this event for weeks. Riley and Mint sat outside, took pictures with their and Eric's mutual friends, and shot a silly comedy video. Eric knew exactly what was going on, and instead of burying the hatch and apologizing for the false copyright takedown he put on them, he called the cops. He asked people to come like a tough guy, and called the police when someone showed up to make fun of him.
It doesn't have to be that horse's charges. It could be the fact that in the end of the video, when Riley is talking to the cops, he admits to a pattern here, right? Good morning, Keely. Good morning, Nick. So we're it is just completely false. Okay. So what is this? Owner called the cops. July didn't know the loser was even there. I don't believe this. So I don't know who this is. I don't know why I have this one up. Okay, here. Let's take a look at this. More footage of young clip Riley's arrest surfaced in the video. He is
Tristan, Eric was telling people to pull up for a conversation to this event for weeks. Riley and Mint sat outside and took pictures with their with their and Eric's mutual friends and shot a silly comedy video. Eric knew exactly what was going on. Instead of burying the hatchet and apologizing for the false copyright tag he put on them, he called the cops. He asked people to come like a tough guy and called the police when someone showed up to make fun of him.
Because the fact that people ain't pulling up, I don't.
So I wonder, I wish Tony would put a date on this. Because I wonder if he was specifically talking about this event or an event that wasn't like pre-register. Eric July absolutely knew he was there. Riley is way too boisterous of a character. Oh, he absolutely knew. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. He knew he was being filmed. He knew that he was there, like, making a, like, a fit, right? There's no way he did not know. There's no way.
Because the fact that people ain't pulling up, I don't understand that. I'm giving y'all where I'm at, not hiding behind a fucking microphone and a camera. Like, I'm giving you where I'm at. Let's hash it out. Let's talk about it. Let's be men. Let's do confrontation.
So he said, let's talk now. I wonder if this is about that. See, I don't pay enough attention to Eric to know, like, or Riley for that matter, to know when this video came from. But he literally said, let's talk it out. So, could he have went out there and talked to him? Sure. Absolutely. But this was like a, to my understanding, the only way to get into this event was to pre-register. Why did he not pre-register? Eric and Riley need to set up a boxing match so I can hopefully see July get knocked out. You know what? I agree. I agree 100%. Like, at this point, set up an event and make some fucking money off of it. Get some sponsors, put, you know, start a pot, so to speak, like a super chat fund. Any super chats either one of them get in the month of July goes into a pot, and the winner takes over. Give them too much, like that would be That's some confrontation, motherfucker. You black Tony after you accepted your Nazi. Yeah, right. He did say let's talk it out though. So like, I feel like there would be a way this, if he was, I don't know how busy he was, right? He could have been super busy at that event. But there would have been a way for him to just be like, after the event, let's have a conversation. Like, I do feel like there was a much more peaceful route to this, but this was, and I hate that everyone is claiming that Riley is some victim here. He's not. He knew what he was doing. 100% he knew what he was doing. And like, you've got to realize some things go too far. This is some stupid beef over.
This fall, the big screens will be graced with the last chapter of Tom Hardy's trilogy, which first began in 2018. Picking up where the story was left off in Let There Be Carnage, Eddie Brock and his symbiote buddy...
Sorry, I got distracted editing a comment.
And in The Last Dance teases what these two will get up to after their odd couple vacation. Audiences were mind blown by the post-credit scene of the second film. Effects of the
Tristan from Nerdette's Newsstand does not know what was going on.
straight into the MCU. But that was 2 years ago. Now, Detective Mulligan is the host of the new symbiote.
Do you want to know what I said to her?
In this marvelous video, we're going to talk about this symbiote named Toxic. How does he
I said, Tristan, Eric was telling people to pull up for a conversation to this event for weeks. Riley and Mint sat outside, took pictures with their and Eric's mutual friends, and shot a silly comedy video. Eric knew exactly what was going on, and instead of burying the hatchet and apologizing for the false copyright takedown he put on them, he called the cops. He asked people to show up like a big, I said bog tough guy. Fuck. And called the police when someone showed up to make fun of him. I have to edit this. It says bog tough guy. It needs to say big tough guy. Fuck. Alright. I fixed it. Shit.
Is the only other option of people who
I lost all of my viewers.
actually talk about comics right now. Maybe you can land Heather Antos as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had illustrious.
No, I
people in
don't
the
wanna
industry
watch
like,
this
like
anymore.
Alyssa Mercante on your show.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm like
100 views. It's like, why would they bother? That is the only other option of people who actually talk about comics right now. Maybe you can land Heather Antos as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had illustrious people in the industry like Alyssa Mercante on your show.
Eddie Brock and his symbiote buddy Venom are two fugitives on the run. The new trailer for the third
It's the only other option of people who actually talk about comics right now. Maybe you can land Heather Antos as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had illustrious.
Mind blown by the post-credit scene of the second film. Effects of the spell cast by Doctor Strange caused Venom.
Maybe you can land Heather Antos as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had illustrious people in the industry like Alyssa Mercante.
Mulligan is the host of a new symbiote, which will be introduced in the
illustrious people in the industry like
We're going to talk about this symbiote named Toxic. How does he compare to Carnage and Venom? Do they
Alyssa
share
Mercante
any
on your show.
Let's
So-
find out. Before we go into our explanation,
on your
we
show.
have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This
land
is a
Heather
small
Antos
price for you.
as a comic creator. I mean, I know you've had
Means a lot.
illustrious people in the industry like Alyssa Mercante on your show.
I don't
So-
know about that. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. I'd have to think on that. I'd have to think on that.
I'd watch.
Exciting new villain and symbiote. In
I'd have to
Venom's
think on that.
universe, the symbiotes were
I'd have to
organic
think on that.
I'd watch.
extraterrestrials created from something we know as the living abyss. Their creator was the eldritch god, Null, who made the symbiotes at the beginning of the universe. Venom claimed that his species is a benevolent one, but the trait of each symbiote changed depending on the host. For instance, when the spawn of Venom bonded with
I'd watch.
sociopathic serial killer Cletus Cassidy, we got Carnage. Carnage was brutally murderous and bloodthirsty, an attribute absorbed from his host. In the second film, Venom let there
Had
be carnage.
illustrious people in the industry like Alyssa Mercante on your show.
I don't
So-
know about that. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. I'd have to think on that. I'd have to think on that.
I'd watch.
I'd get it. It might be interesting. I don't know. It depends how candid they are. Because I guess, you know, I don't really like doing interviews or watching interviews where it's very. I don't want to say the word fake, but it's very. It's very professional. It's almost to the point where it's dishonest, and no one's actually saying anything of worth. And that's just not.
How much of
Not for
you
me.
Minutes later, the entire room had changed. It wasn't Venom's doing. The TV screen showed J. Jonah
That's just
Jameson
not.
How much-
reporting on Peter Parker being the real Spider-Man. Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Venom seemed eager to meet the masked vigilante.
How much of
In the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home, a piece of the Venom symbiote gets left behind in this universe. Does this mean that Spider-Man and Venom will face each other sooner than we
Not
do?
for me.
The trailer of The
Are-
Last Dance says otherwise.
are you put
As this chunk of the symbiote is captured by Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, who works for a mysterious government organization. It is believed that he's returning for the role of Baron Mordo. The trailer also teases a potential symbiote invasion now that Venom knows that the inhabitants of his homeworld are aware of his presence on Earth. It also depicts a super shady government facility
Very-
that housed multiple symbiotes in containment units.
It's very professional. It's almost to the point where it's dishonest, and no one's actually saying anything of worth. And that's just not.
how much of
Not for
you
me.
are you putting into Star Trek, and who are your greatest influences in comics?
I would say name 5 other comic book creators. Just name them.
Here, Eddie and
I was watching an interview, and they literally did that.
Reese Ifans also makes an appearance. He had previously played Dr. Curtis Connor, aka the Lizard, in The Amazing Spider-Man. We are yet to know
Saying
what his
anything
role
of worth.
is in this movie.
Let's just stop.
How much of
Not for
you
me.
are you putting into Star Trek, and who are your greatest influences in comics?
It could be one of the Xenophage.
I would say name 5 other comic book creators. Just name them.
Is the setting up of Patrick Mulligan's symbiote. The mysterious science facility is shown to have captured Mulligan, who
I was
bonded with his symbiote, Toxin. Toxin is the deadly offspring of Venom incarnate. Even with Mulligan fighting against the Bond,
Book
Toxin
creators.
will
Just
end up
name
being
them.
one of the critical antagonists.
I was
If
watching
he's
an
not
interview,
the
and
hero in the movie. We wonder how it will end, with the film's tagline hardly reassuring us. Till death do they part.
I was watching an interview,
For good. Who is Venom the Last Dance's Toxin? In the 2004 comic series, Venom vs. Carnage, Volume 1, Issue Number 1, Toxin was conceived. His story began with Venom and Carnage locked in a fierce battle. Carnage seemed to be in denial about an upcoming event.
Steve Ditko.
999th symbiote in his lineage, and the 1000th one was about to be born. But Carnage claims to do everything in his power to stop this from happening. He
TV in a way that nobody had ever done before. And while he's a Trump-deranged idiot now, that work stands the test of time.
Yeah, and CBS tried to steal.
Felicia Hardy was attending an art exhibit. The power going out was followed by a booming explosion. Officer Patrick Mulligan arrived on the scene with his part. Mulligan was considered to be one of the finest police officers in New York City. He excelled on his work, and as a family,
5 other comic book creators. Just name them.
in the middle of the crater,
I was watching an interview, and they literally did that. Who's your greatest influence in comics? And she was like, well, I just kind of always loved comics. The answer is she can't name 5. I can, though. My comic influencers, who I very much.
He loomed over Mulligan, referring to him as their host for the evening.
Just kind of always loved comics. The answer is she can't name 5.
Unbeknownst to him, Mulligan was left with a black speck at the back of his neck. Venom managed to swim out of the river, instantly feeling the presence of another one of them on the planet. His duty was to protect the 1000th
And they literally did that.
Back at the Mulligan house, Venom showed up unannounced, but it was simply to protect the family from his murderous son. While Spider-Man and Venom are distracted from fighting each other, Carnage seeks to get rid of Mulligan's wife, Gina.
The answer is she can't name 5.
Before swinging away with Patrick in his grip, but our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man was nearby. He caught Gina in his woven webs in the nick of time. In issue number 2, Carnage felt even more threatened by the birth of his own offspring. Both Venom and Carnage
Always loved comics. The answer is she can't name 5. I can, though. My comic influencers, who I very much look up to, are Steve Ditko, and of course, not just because of Spider-Man work, but because of the work that he did with his independent objectivist comics, which I think are mind-blowing. Number 2 will be Tom DeFalco. Tom DeFalco does not get good credit for writing. He was editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics in the early 90s and late 80s, but he was a prolific writer.
By this point, Venom had sworn to look over Mulligan's baby boy, birthed by his wife. He was determined to let
Steve
Patrick
Ditko,
live,
and of course, not just because of Spider-Man work, but because of the work that he did with his independent objectivist comics, which I think are mind-blowing. Number 2 will be Tom DeFalco. Tom DeFalco does not get good credit for writing. He was editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics in the early 90s and late 80s, but he was a prolific writer, and he had that serialized storytelling down, where it's like he'd increase the character drama a little bit every issue, and it'd build and build and build and build and build. Wonderful writer. Number 3 would be J. Michael Straczynski, because of his work on Babylon 5. He created the serial space opera on TV in a way that nobody had ever done before. And while he's a Trump-deranged idiot now, that work stands the test of time.
Yeah, and CBS tried to steal it from him. Yeah,
they did. Yeah.
Known as the Rat.
That work stands the test of time.
Yeah, and CBS tried to steal it from him. Yeah,
they. And Razor Fist. All the while, Mulligan kept in control as he taught the young symbiote what it meant to be a superhero.
They did. Yeah.
The sadistic Razor Fist sought to start a cult of depressed teenagers to enslave them. At first, Toxin refuses to come forward and fight the villain, but he and Patrick managed to strike a deal. Toxin was allowed 2 hours of playtime didn't involve mindless killings. Even
Chris-
after this debacle, the villain
Christian
was
and
razors
Jean-Claude
to wrist
Mézières,
and
who
trained
did
an army of
Valerian.
children and
Just
named
because
them
Valerian is
his
such a big influence on me.
tyrannic
Their
who had to
that
kill
book,
their parent.
that
Toxin dealt
series
with
of
it
books
once
was
and for
out of
all
control.
by removing the razors
Yeah.
from his fist. All this while, Toxin behaved precisely how you would expect a child symbiote to. He threw tantrums,
Yeah.
couldn't stand being called a monster, broke Mulligan's laptop, and proceeded to steal a stack of them for his host. But thanks to Mulligan's training, Toxin was becoming more of an anti-hero than a monstrous creature.
You idiot. Now that work stands the test of time.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
and CBS tried to steal it from him. Yeah.
They did, yeah. And they kind of did with Deep Space Nine, and that's another story.
Mulligan attempted
Uh,
to fix things with his wife, Gina.
Or,
He
on
came
TV in a
clean
way
to
that
her
nobody had
about
ever
the
done
whole
before.
symbiote
And while
affair,
he's
and
Trump
even
deranged
introduced
idiot now,
Toxin
that
to
work
his
stands
wife,
the test of
Claire.
time.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and CBS tried to steal it from him. Yeah.
They did, yeah. And they kind of did with Deep Space Nine, and that's another story. Number 4 would be Chuck Dixon. The guy's work ethic is second to none. I think he is the most prolific printed comic creator ever, if I'm not wrong. And I look up to him almost more than anybody else out there. And then, let's see, who would my number 5 be then at that point? It would probably be...
bonded with a teenager named Ren Waters. Their primordial god, Null, had
Let me
rejected
think.
Toxin from the invasion, so the two were
I'm
sort
looking
of
around my
playing
comic shelves for, like,
superheroes.
who is it for
Ren
real.
was by far the kindest host
Probably
Toxin had The symbiote
Pierre
realized that
Christian
the blood
and
that
Jean-Claude
he urges
Mézières,
used
who
to
did
carry down from his
Valerian.
lineage
Just
just
because Valerian is
didn't
such a
come
big
to an
influence on me.
This was based
Their
on
that book,
Mulligan's conditioning
that
during his
series
early
of books
years.
was out of
Carnage
control.
attacked his offspring and
Yeah.
Toxin's
That
personal
movie
war, but the
of the
somewhat
same name,
heroic
not so
symbiote
much.
managed to fight him off. Through the hive mind connection,
I like the
Toxin
Valerian
felt
movie,
precious
never
in
read the
created a
comics.
symbiote named Silence, who had just bonded with Andy Benton. So Flash's Venom, Andy Silence, and Brent's Toxin teamed up against Carnage.
It wasn't as bad as people say it is. Like, I give it a little benefit of the doubt. It was a bad casting choice for the... Let's just say.
In the
Yeah,
absence of
fair
his
enough.
previous mentor, the younger symbiote needed someone to keep an eye on him to ensure that his inherited darkness doesn't get the best
For
of
the...
him. How
let's
does
just say.
Toxin's personality compared
Yeah,
to
fair.
Carnage's? As a symbiote, Toxin was newly spawned in his new host. In the beginning, he was very naive and curious about the world before the vicious urges of a mature symbiote took over. Naturally, Mulligan feared that Toxin would turn out as murderous as Carnage was.
That
But this
movie
relates to
of
what
the
we
same
said
name, not
earlier.
so much.
The personality of the
It wasn't
symbiote is
as
often
bad as
drawn from
people
its
say it
bonded
is.
host.
Like, I
Still,
give it a little...
That movie of the same name, not so much.
It wasn't as bad as people say it is. Like, I give it a little benefit of the doubt. It was a bad casting choice for the... Let's just say.
It's very, very fun.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, you shouldn't put yourself down. But you were right that the world of American comic books, Western comic books, has shrunk remarkably to where the point where
Some of us probably stash cars, dude. It's just, this is my stuff. This is what
Western
I
comic
bought. What
books
is this?
has shrunk remarkably to
Kids
where the
buying
point
it
where,
for
yeah, like
2 hertz,
20,000.
Rainbow Moonstone with the exact ripple that 432 makes on water or sand.
This needs to stop.
What? That's all it is. Whatever it is.
Remarkably to where the point where, yeah, like 20,000, a 20,000 following is considered a big deal now.
It's nice though.
Right.
That's correct.
As a
And
kid,
if you look...
is you having a specific kind of weird thing, and then your disdain for it, like the fact that you're bothered by it, is just an amazing clip. Yeah, it is. That was funny.
How did you get a love of flutes?
I like to play instruments. It decided to bother me.
20,000 following is considered a big deal
My
now.
older brother texted me.
Right.
He's like,
Correct.
"You look sick. Check these out." And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, "Yeah, they are sick." Sick.
And
And I was like, it's actually so
if
those
you look-
holes are lined up perfectly. It's just a pentatonic scale, so any note you hit, you can't go wrong.
And you mentioned the hertzes
They're
match.
432 hertz, yeah.
We would
That's music
Feel that.
traditionally is at I think 440
Right. Correct.
hertz, and there are some theories that
And
it's actually kind of bad for you, and you should be rippling at 432.
And why is it bad?
It's just like
Right.
They say it has like an agitative effect, whereas 432 has more of a calming. There's
Resonance.
frequency research. There's showing it. I just love the idea of that. I don't know. It sounds good.
It was awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
And you're nice with the flute.
I'm alright. Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
that's a that was A1. That's a G minor. Because every flute's a different key. Like A,
They
G.
are.
Yeah. So if you want to like jam.
Well,
fucker. Why are you breaking out the gloves? That's pretty big. I just
This is
like a base flip.
custom made.
Dude, thank you.
F.
Perfect. I can actually say pretty well enough. Oh,
Rare
double
bird
barrel
flute.
boy. Yo. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is a double barrel guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow.
I feel like I'm in the Celtic tradition now, and there's fairies and.
Remarkably, to where the point where like 20,000 following is considered a big deal now.
Right.
That's correct.
And if you look at comic channels that used to be comic channels, Yellow Flash got his start that way, Umbrella Guy got his start that way, but they both pivoted away from comics really hard because at some point you just stagnate and nobody's interested in these topics at all. I watch my main competitors probably at this point are Thinking Critical and Comics by Perch in terms of YouTube. I watch my competitors. I like some of their videos and don't like some of their other ones, and I try to learn from what's working for them and what's not. But if you're watching, they do pure comic content now, and you're watching, they're not getting views that I am at this point, even though their channels are 2 or 3 times bigger than mine. And that's a bad sign for the comic book industry. People really have tuned out, and it really should be all hands on deck. And I don't think that their content's changed that much. I don't view their channels as having problems. I view the content that they're talking about as the problem, because just people do.
They're blessing your face.
Everything
Perfect.
that was not supposed to be part of.
Get it out of there.
Channels is having problems. I view the content that they're talking about as the problem, because just people do not care about whatever's happening at Marvel and DC anymore.
It's too bad. I mean, at the same time, manga, of course, is booming, so there is interest for a similar format. It's just not happening with us.
Feel better, so.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's the most reliable for sure.
Yeah, this is directly to you here from the.
That's right.
Rare
Yeah.
flute maker. I made this amazing flute for you. As you know, I don't know if you've seen the video yet, but it's made out of sapele.
It's too bad. I mean, at the same time, manga, of course, is booming, so there is interest for a similar format. It's just not happening with us.
That's right. Yeah.
The books that people know about just suck. They're terrible.
And what I did here was I put black limba bands on
Yeah. The books-
bottom of the flute, and then also match that
that
on the inside of the birds there. You got a piece of black limba right there. And his voice is incredible.
I just got the chills.
Not care about whatever's happening at Marvel and DC anymore.
It's too bad. I mean, at the same time, manga, of course, is booming, so there is interest for a similar format. It's just not happening with us.
That's right. Yeah.
The books that people know about just suck. They're terrible.
Was the holes on the left side. Makes it a lot easier for you to play.
Well, this is a longer video, but
Damn,
that
that's
was
so
fun to
nice,
see.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play this when I get home.
Absolutely, and hopefully you can play it on the podcast. I mean,
That's right.
The books that people know about just suck. They're terrible.
I think he's really, I was shocked how good he was.
Well, this has been fun, John. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know you're a very busy guy. I'm not quite sure how you keep so many pans in the fire. You're always working on something new. Always. Just busy, busy,
I
busy,
wake up.
busy.
Well, I didn't want you to feel empty-handed when you got
Busy,
your
busy,
I
busy.
Yeah, so they'll bring it in here for you, but this way you don't feel like, hey, wait, man, so you can just.
I wish I put on a better performance. I'm feeling really terrible.
Right here.
Oh, I see what that is.
Yeah, that is.
Yo.
Guys,
Those are yours, man.
those are 432.
Those are 432.
This is big for me.
Yeah, right?
Especially there's a shortage around here, and this could honestly be a little bit to do with
This is.
What's your favorite flavor?
Just make sure it's all about the work.
You
So.
guys got all the good ones.
Yeah.
Reminds
That's
me
how
of
I do it.
Brandon.
2 and 3 from it.
Yeah.
The odds of this is crazy.
This was from the phone call from Victoria.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that.
Spearmint's my favorite too.
Yeah.
But I'm a rogue guy. I don't know. I mean, I'll do Zins for sure. I always get those. But I mean, I'm happy to.
I'm incredibly addicted to these these things. So
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
How long will that last?
Each one of those would be a week.
Okay.
Oh, this is
It's
a
gonna
lot.
take me to- yeah.
Each
Like
week
take
in the
you
fall.
to 2026.
That's
Great.
Well, thanks for the gifts, man.
Yeah,
That's
of
really
course.
nice.
Of course.
Yeah, this is really nice.
We're
Thank
super
you.
stoked you guys are here.
Does your wife appreciate your flute playing?
She hates it.
That's tight.
She hates it.
Ooh, hey James, did you enjoy that highlight? Why don't you have
I'm not quite sure how you keep so many pans in the fire. You're always working on something new. Always. Just busy, busy,
I
busy,
wake
busy.
I wake up at 6. I look for the news items of the day. I try to write an article by 7, and this is what I tell people I do every day. I give my kids breakfast and take them to school from 7 to 8. I try to go to the gym twice a week, 8 to 9, and then the other days I come back home and I do my YouTube work about 8 to 9, and if I'm at the gym I do it 9 to 10. Then I get to work. I do my writing, over the course of the day, and then try to get offline by 5 as much as possible to hang out with the kids at night. And I go to bed early. I don't go out and party very much, and I just make sure it's all about the work. So
Reminds me
how I do
of
it.
Brandon Sanderson. He says something very similar.
Yeah.
Take all my money. No, not this
Ooh, that discipline is rewarding. It does.
I do not know about you, my friends, but I am absolutely sold on this new version of Doomguy and
Very
everything
similar.
about this new trailer. It might be just 2 minutes long, but there's
Yeah.
quite a lot to unpack here, both lore and gameplay-wise. Yet, before we get into it, let's do a
Reminds me
how I do
of
it.
Brandon Sanderson. He says something very similar.
Be sure to
Yeah.
smash the like button and let me know down below
Ooh,
in the
that
comments what
discipline
you
is
like the
rewarding.
most
It does
from this
reward
new
you. You have
trailer.
many
Because as you
successful
all
books. You have a
know,
lot
I
of cool
read
projects.
every single one
That's
of the
nice to see.
comments, all of
And I
them
think we'll
without
continue to see it. I don't know.
exception.
I have a good
Say
feeling
Oscuro
about it.
de
I think you'll continue to go
Also,
far,
we're
John.
entering a brand new
Thanks, Peter.
era
Appreciate
of Doom, which means a
Continue to
lot
go
of
far,
info
John.
is going to come out in the next couple
Thanks.
of months until the game comes out. And
Go
of
far, John.
course, I'm going to
Thanks, Peter.
cover everything. So be sure to subscribe. Muchísimas gracias. Los quiero bastante. With that being said, let's sit down, grab our super shotgun, and dive straight back into hell.
I think we'll continue to see it. I don't know. I have a good feeling about it. I think you'll continue to go far, John.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Where can people find you for your many projects? Just pick a few. Where can people find you?
John Della.
First, a few seconds of the trailer.
Where
we
can
are
people
told
find you?
Which period of time or age this new Doom takes place? Before he became a hero, he was the super weapon of gods and kings. With this, we know for certain that this game takes place after Doomguy was put through the divinity machine and was given his godlike powers. Let me remind you that when Doomguy was chosen by the divine, he was still only but a grunt in the grand army of the Night Sentinels.
And that's where I'm going to bring it back to. I'm going to try to capture that original series ethos where, people are out there looking out to the stars and actually trying to, accomplish real things in the name of humanity.
Super weapon. Just like we see in the trailer, this conflict is between the Legions of Hell and the Night Sentinels, with Doomguy's overall position being just a mere weapon, a means to an end, nothing more, nothing less. This version of Doomguy is nothing but a mere tool in the eyes of the Sentinel
Just make sure it's all about the work. So.
Reminds me
how I do
of
it.
Brandon Sanderson. He says something very similar.
Yeah.
This game
Ooh, that discipline is rewarding. It does reward you. You have many successful books. You have a lot of cool projects. That's nice to see. And I think we'll continue to see it. I don't know. I have a good feeling about it. I think you'll continue to go far, John.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Where can people find you for your many projects? Just pick a few. Where can people find you?
John Delarose YouTube, John Delarose Twitter, and John Delarose on Amazon is probably the easiest way. I've got a lot of books in print and audio on there. You can find them. I'm typing the Stars Entwined in that trilogy right now, which that's really my baby. That it really, like when I was into Babylon 5 back in the day and I wanted to become a professional writer, that was the universe I was conceiving. And I'm actually spinning out a series out of that I'm writing right now, which is going to be a space exploration series akin to Star Trek, because Star Trek used to be about, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, about exploring strange new worlds, and now it's just about exploring somebody's sexual fetishes. And so I'm trying to like bring that back to like the original vision, which was not one of the guys from the writers today, he made a tweet saying it's always been about diversity and representation. Actually, it was pitched as a Western in space, Wagon Train to the Stars. It was actually about exceptional humanism and expansionism and manifest destiny. So you're very wrong that it was always about diversity, and that's where I'm going to bring it back to. I'm going to try to capture that original series ethos where people are out there looking out to the stars and actually trying to accomplish real things in the name of humanity.
All right.
109:20 Star Trek Babble. Star Trek Real, I'm gonna call it. Real Star Trek. I don't know shit about Star Trek.
Well, I will check it out.
Star Trek is so
This
boring.
has been fun. Thank you so much, John. People, please check out his projects. I'm sure if you use Twitter, you will find him if he doesn't find you. And we're going to end it here, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. The show is made possible with the good help of the people at Bain Books Publishing, an imprint of Simon & Schuster, and of course, Young Voices, a journalism advocacy organization. And of course, like viewers and listeners like you, I couldn't do it without you. And to my friend, an amazing editor who makes me look way more competent than I actually am, Chris Hollywicky, thank you so much. And until next time, everyone, keep geeking out.
Also, you can rev up the shield,
There we go.
turn it into a chainsaw, and throw it like a boomerang at your
Pete's such a nice guy.
What is this? Dark sector? Hook it up to my veins. I noticed that when throwing the shield at low tier demons, it comes back, and it even bounces from surfaces. But when thrown at high tier demons, it gets stuck in them, making us go back and pick it up from the corpse. Taking a good look at Doomguy's new weapons, we have one
Pete's
that
so
shoots
nice.
crushed skull pieces, or how Bethesda likes to put it, bone-chewing weaponry. Very nice. We have a bone-chewing assault gun. I do not know what the hell is this. The animation on this weapon is just so funny. Just look at the skulls go. We also have a very early version of what it looks to be an Argent-based plasma rifle, a Morning Star, which is most likely used in melee attacks and glory kills, and a freaking nail gun, which
Simon & Schuster, and of course, Young Voices, a journalism advocacy organization.
Also, we will now be able to ride our own mech and punch the demonic titans.
And of course, like viewers and listeners like you, I couldn't do it without you. And to my friend, an amazing editor who makes me look way more competent than I actually am, Chris.
Some demons might be the same, but they look and operate in very different ways, and Doom the Dark Ages is no exception. So far we have seen the Mancubus, Revenant, Hell Knight, Imp, Beast Rider, and this ferocious thing. Funnily enough, the Mancubus resembles quite a bit his Doom 3 counterpart, and instead of shooting balls of stomach acid like in Doom Eternal, he shoots fire skulls or lost souls at us. The Revenant is back, and he now looks like a dark wraith from Dark Souls, and instead of shooting rockets, he shoots lost souls. We also see a brand new demon never seen before, which I call the Beast Rider, a humanoid looking demon riding what seems to be a pinky or a race similar to it. I don't know, but he looks very nice. The Ragnatron also makes a comeback, and now he has a minigun with a faster rate of fire. Just look at this thing go. If we didn't have the shield, we will be toasted so fast. But wait, do you see this little floaty brain?
Amazing editor who makes me look way more competent than I actually am, Chris Hollywicky. Thank you so much.
He shouted at the Doom Money
Damn it.
you guys
guys are absolutely fantastic.
Who makes me look way more competent than I actually am. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until next time.
They can be seen in large groups and in very big numbers.
I am Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until next
Attached to the right arm, they might be fallen knight sentinels.
time, everyone.
The imp also makes
So much.
a comeback, but
And
he
until
used to be more invasive than last iterations. I don't know, it just looks more
than I actually am. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until
now nobody knows the name of this
Hollywicki, thank you so much. And
the more it reminds me to the Agathon Hunter or the Doom Hunter.
than I actually am. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until next time, everyone. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And
seeing just how well armed they are here,
look way more competent than I actually am. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until next time, thank you so much.
At first I thought it was a Wintherin, a race of dragons found in
An amazing editor who makes me look way more competent than I actually am. Chris Hollywicki, thank you so much. And until next time, everyone, keep geeking out.
And use it to kill titans too, in this
And until next time, everyone, keep geeking out.
One of the things I noticed in this trailer is that this new Doom is going to be more open worldish. Not that it's going to be a full-on open world.
Here we go.
But it looks like it's not going to
Oh, I've only been on for an hour and 36 minutes. Oh, the sun's fucking coming up though, isn't it? I started so late. Sun pouring into my fucking apartment. God damn it. I'm never gonna get around to playing Mad Max.
In conclusion, this new Doom looks bigger, bolder, taken straight from an 80s dark medieval fantasy movie, and Doom Guy just looks so breathtaking.
I can't edit no more though. How about we play some Mortal Kombat?
I just cannot wait to play this game.
Oh, there's somebody here. So I'm not just talking to myself.
Thank you so much for watching.
Do you want to watch me play Mortal Kombat instead of watching me meticulously edit a hour and 10-minute interview?
Hello, my beautiful.
Because I'm out of interview. And I don't want to do the rest of the stuff right now. Because I'm tired. I'm not tired of Mortal Kombat though. Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. I just gotta set my stuff up. Give me a second.
Hi, this is Tim at the bakery. The cookies that you ordered should be delivered by now. The list of ingredients are included. Make sure that you read them carefully. Hello, it's Mark from Miami Drop-Off. Looks like you missed your delivery last night. Please drop it off.
Oh my god.
Our clients will not tell us.
Oh my god.
This is Thomas from the Methadone Clinic. We've scheduled a short meeting for you tonight. We're at Northwest 180 Wall Street, apartment 105. And, don't worry. Your discretion is of the importance.
It's okay. I'll just change the video.
Good evening. This is Blake speaking. We have a job for you. There's a power outage over on 24th Northeast Street. We want you to take care of it.
Oh
We
wait,
already sent someone over a
I
while
can't watch
ago,
anything
but it
on
seems he
television.
didn't do a very good job. Head over there right away.
I need a television.
Keep it quick and clean. Hi, it's Ben from Miami
Shit,
Funeral.
I should plug up the.
I'm just calling to tell
Actually,
you
the mini.
done, ready to be delivered.
I should play Maximum Carnage.
Should be getting it before the weekend.
I've been wanting to play Maximum Carnage because it's playing on that screen behind me all day. But the mini Sega I have it hooked up to has a the series of them they released had a bullshit has a bullshit sound chip in them, so the sound is all fucked up like all the Sega games. That's why it stays silent. The power's fine. It's just a decoration, Sega. Decoration being the stuff it puts in like television. I got this other television right here that I brought out also to be on set, but I realized that I cover so much of the screen. To fit both TVs on the screen at the same time would mean that I'm just going to be a tiny little blip in the frame. Why? I need to buy a new video. Alright. Switch on these voice songs. Play a little Mortal Kombat. The big boy headphones. I've never said that before. Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Conquer. Fight. Conquer. Story. Towers of Time. Conquer. Story. Towers of Time. Baraka.
Oh, fuck yeah!
You share an Outworld's rule.
Tarkata is the new Khan's partner.
Earthrealm should be so welcoming.
Round one, fight!
Kaka come to her. That's right, bitch.
Fight.
God damn it, you. What the fuck? Where's my brutality? There it is. That's right.
Take that, motherfuckers!
Continue.
You stupid cunt!
Prepare to die, Jax. Wait, what? At one point, they were doing special again. Enter 3 printed for 9. God, I thought I knew chat. Sorry. This is old chat.
You are round 1. Fight!
Fuck, what is going on?
A taste of flesh. Round 2. Fight. Fatality. Baraka wins.
I got the severed head of Jax. I need to go to the crypt. I already have the severed head of Kung Lao. I'm not Kung Lao. What's his fucking name? Shit. No, let me remember it. Kung Lao. Noob. It's not Noob Saibot. It's not Kung Lao. It's not Striker. It's
Hook swords versus arm blades, huh?
Leave or they will taste your flesh.
Cabal. Yes.
Melodramatic much,
Yes.
Baraka?
Not Kano. It's Cabal.
Fight. Round 2. Fight. Save me the eyes.
Lorati wins.
I did unlock a lot of brutalities off stream earlier. That might have been a new one. It's been a while since I've played this game. What the fuck? Why? What the fuck? Maybe I can beat this as Cabal.
Towers of Time. Conquer. Custom characters.
Oh, I do have her normal costume. Oh, it's fucking locked. Everything good for her is locked. Only the ugly, only the shit costumes are available for her. Damn it. What does any of this shit mean? Argument sockets. This isn't fucking Mortal Kombat. All these are really dumb looking. Why is everything unlocked for Baraka? Baraka, Severed Brutality, MK11. Whatever.
Characters. Customize. Local.
Baraka. Jade. Special Forces Desert Command.
If Kitana cheats us, Takata will rise.
She's never shown disloyalty, Baraka.
Except to the Khan who raised her.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Finish her.
Damn it. Oh.
Outworld was to be shared.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Come on.
Finish her.
Ah. Didn't work. Baraka brutality nom nom. Oh. Come on.
For more troops. Let's get more troops. Perfect decision. We wiped them out. Now we got the AK upgrade. Okay.
It took grit to see the Earth realm as home safe.
Cheetah men, a necessity for gracious living. As a mature woman, I have lived a long, fulfilling life.
It took grit to see the Earth realm as home safely.
Oh. That's from Mortal Kombat 1. God damn it. Mortal Kombat 11 nom nom brutality instructions.
Hey everybody, this is comedian See No Evil, the totally blind. To press L1 and hold forward, and you will get one of these. The alternate to doing a forward grab is pressing square and X and holding forward on PlayStation, or pressing X and A on T, num num, other than you finishing the match, is when you spam before they say, yeah, so that's num num. Yeah, make sure you check
God
your arsenal.
fucking damn
See
it.
if you got it, do it, come back and let me know if it worked out for you. Remember to check out my first YouTube page that has my stand-up comedy, skits, as well as interviews. Find out more about me.
Fuck everything about you. For that bullshit. You know, I'm just gonna try again.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Finish her.
Damn it!
Hey everybody, this is comedian See No Evil, the totally blind gamer here with another Mortal Kombat 11 brutality tutorial, and today we are using Baraka. Remember to subscribe, like, drop me a comment.
This guy's
let me know
blind?
if you thought of the video, as well as share my material, as it does help my channel to grow. Everything that you do for this channel is greatly appreciated. Today's brutality is called Nam Nam. Nummy Num 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 Num. And it's involving Baraka's forward throw. In order to do a forward throw, you need to press L1 and hold forward. And you will get one of these. The alternate to doing a forward grab is pressing square and X and holding forward on PlayStation, or pressing X and A on Xbox and holding forward. That's your forward throw. And what you would need to do to complete this brutality, Num Num, is to do a forward throw and press down, down, down during the animation. There are no other requirements other than you finishing the match with the forward grab and pressing down, down, down. Now, what I usually say, which is,
Before we do this, hold up. Hold up.
Hi, this is Tim at the bakery. The cookies that you ordered should be delivered by now. The list of ingredients are included. Make sure that you read them carefully. Hello, it's Mark from Miami Drop-Off. Looks like you missed your delivery last night. Please drop it off in Southwest 170th Place. Our clients will not tolerate further delays. This is Thomas from the Methadone Clinic. We've scheduled a short meeting for you tonight. We're at Northwest 184th Street, Apartment 105. And, don't worry. Your discretion is of importance to our clients. Good evening. This is Blake speaking. We have a job for you. There's a power outage over on 24th Northeast Street. We want you to take care of it. We already sent someone over a while ago, but it seems he didn't do a very good job. Head over there right away. They're expecting you. Keep it quick and clean. Hi, it's Ben from Miami Funeral Parlor. I'm just calling to tell you we have the tombstone work done and ready to be delivered. With a little luck, you should be getting it before the weekend.
I want to listen to the song too. And no one's here, it doesn't matter. Lightsaber time.
Hello, power outage over on 24th Northeast Street. We want you to take care of it. We already sent someone over a while ago, but it seems he didn't do a very good job. Head over there right away. They're expecting you. Keep it quick and clean. Hi, it's Ben from Miami Funeral Parlor. I'm just calling to tell you we have the tombstone book done, ready to be delivered. With 11 left, you should be getting it before the weekend.
Let's do this. What?
Round one, fight. Round two, fight.
Yes!
Brutality.
Save me the eyes.
Baraka wins.
Alright, he keeps on doing the same shit every time. It's the same intro every time.
Conquer.
I guess I have to pick which one I like the most.
Fight. Cut characters. characters. Customized. Local.
Baraka. Scarlet. Special Forces Desert Command.
Why turn on Shao Kahn?
Kotal gave us what he would not.
You've doomed the Tarkatans, Baraka.
Round 1. Fight.
Must hold triangle the whole match? Okay. I think I need to have the other setting set on to do severed. Because leg kebab, oh, that's a stabbing leg move. I don't have that equipped. Oh. Yeah, must connect 5 blade sparks during the match. I don't know if I have blood lunge. Do I have blood lunge? Yes, I do. Forward back. I think I've always had that one. Okay. Down, down, down. This is gonna be tricky. Down forward X. Does it mean down back X?
Pray outward.
Round 2. Fight!
God damn it.
Drunken wins. Flawless victory.
Blood magic's what?
Round 1. Fight.
Kaka come to her.
Round 2.
What does it mean?
Fight.
What am I doing again? Oh yeah.
Finish her.
Fuck! Yes. No.
Brutality.
This fight is over.
Baraka wins.
That's crazy because it flashed the finisher, or the finish them thing, so I thought I missed it, but it transitioned. That is very cool. Very cool.
Your first fight was impressive.
It's why Shao Kahn taught me blood magic.
It's become your crutch.
This one's actually like super complicated. Must get first hit, hold forward during that hit, and the final thing must come from a leg kebab that you might not have equipped. I did that one. I think I did that one. Oh, I think everyone has that one. But let's do this one for old time's sakes. Must place 3 war banners. Final hit must come from Blood Lunge, which is again Back for a triangle. Okay, let's do it.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, she fucking ruined the cowhead combo. The fatality option. What was I trying to do again? Oh fuck, I need to place flags. I'm an idiot.
Round 2. Fight. Brutality.
Fresh meat for the tribe.
Baraka wins.
Holy smokes. And it shows that I got new shit too. I'm just finally discovering this game. Having owning it for what, how old is this game? Like 10 years old?
Blood magic's worth nothing.
It's enough to best you, Tarkatan.
You underestimate.
Round 1. Fight.
Conquer.
Wow. I got in this game early because I want to look at the store because I want to get Melina her MK3 costume. But it's so complicated, you have to check in.
Fight. Conquer. Story. Tower. Class. Crypt. Classic towers. Crypt. Classic towers. Towers of time. Classic towers.
Baraka.
Shao Kahn penned you into reservations.
Now we go where the hunt takes us.
Something the Matoka would envy.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight!
Save me the eyes.
Baraka wins.
I just took the instructions way too many times. But I did it. Just normal AI. It's all part of the learning how to do it when you're by yourself.
Kotal Khan wishes your kind dead.
Tarkata can handle the Emperor.
History indicates you cannot.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight!
He sounds like reused sound effects from Injustice 2. One of the Injustice games. Sounds very familiar. Probably just the same voice actors.
Turn. Brutality.
Save me, eyes.
Baraka wins. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Finish him. Fatality. Baraka wins.
His eyes look glassier than mine. Are his eyes different than they were like a year ago? A few years ago? They look weird.
Did you ever use those guns? They were defective, Earthrealmer.
All sales final, Baraka.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Finish him.
I
I have been expecting you. Your life, your name, they will be wiped from history. Come, it is time to die.
Round 1. Fight!
Kronika's power was mine to share with the tribe. In the new timeline I built, Tarkatans would be slaves no more. We would rule. We easily took Adelia, then Outworld and the Netherrealm. Last, we challenged Earthrealm in mortal combat. Within 1,000 years, all realms fell to Tarkatan blades, and we have not run out of meat since.
Okay, everybody, there's no one here, I don't think. I can't even see the number on the screen, but I have to end the stream. But thanks for watching. You know, make sure to stay metal and hail Satan. Good night. What the fuck? Oh, there we go.